And just like that, we are back with another edition of Weekend Winners because we return to Albion Park's Saturday night racing. We're back under the lights this weekend, hosting a 10-race program, and it's a quality card as well. Speak the Truth, this star 3-year-old, he steps out taking on the proven Group 1 winner, Tim's a Trooper. That's the highlight for sure and certain. The man that is driving Speak the Truth, it's Adam Sanderson. He's going to join us very shortly. And the other leading driver that's about to sit in the hot seat is Pete McMullen. So I'm going to speak with both drivers and get their thoughts ahead of Saturday night's return to the creek. Adam Sanderson, the in-form Adam Sanderson, jumps in the hot seat for our return to Weekend Winners, and we're about to go through his book of drives for Saturday night. Adam, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Your first drive on Saturday night, race 2, you've picked up the drive on Dream to Share. Numerically, he looks like he's down on form, but can he improve here?
He's got a draw where he can. As you say, his form's not great, but he's one of the better credentialed ones in that race, I suppose. So if he can recapture it, I can't see why not.
There's certainly no standout as far as the numbers are concerned here.
No, it's an even lot. So it's just going to depend on the trip because he's that top horse that needs it. So a bit of luck and you know, he might surprise.
Okay, race number 3, A Million Promises, barrier 1 for him. How big an advantage is that going to be for him on the weekend?
Yeah, that's the key for him. He gets out of the gate good, and you know, if he has to take a trail on one, he can. If not, he can lead. So you know, we just play it by ear, but he's one of the key chances.
Just looking back at the replay from last week, did he just sort of lose interest with that race, given, you know, the position that he found himself in?
Yeah, I had to go that far back, and you know, he looked up and seen far too many in front of him, and you know, he said, we'll wait for next week.
Okay, and a mile's an ideal for him trip?
Yeah, perfect for him.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, race 4, the open class race. LL Cool J, you've handled this guy previously. He was disappointing last time out, but he's had a couple of weeks between runs. If the real LL Cool J turns up, do you rate him?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's probably down on a genuine free-for-all field, so you know, I think it's his chance to recapture some form.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point as well, because there's no Northview Hustler, no Turn It Up, there's no Star Galleria, so there are a few big names missing there.
Yeah, for sure, and as I say, this is his chance to you know, show what he can do.
What are you sort of feeling at this early stage, at the start? Do you want to go forward or just let him find his feet early?
I haven't talked to Shane about that yet, so he'll just give me a lead on Saturday. Whether I haven't had a good look. You know, day of 6 gets out pretty good. Whether you want to sort of get into a speed duel with him, you know, you've seen what he done last week, so it might just be one of them races where he sits back and let him find his old form and hit the line.
Okay, well that's LL Cool J, race number 5 on Saturday night. Another statement. He's got gate 7. That stings, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, you know. But in saying that, it's not a strong field, and you know, he's probably one of the better ones in it. You know, he's an old favourite of mine, so I always give him a chance.
Okay. Does it matter to him a mile or 2,138 metres?
I don't think so. No, it's just sort of, you know, the run he gets, and if he gets a bit of luck, he's always thereabouts. All
right, so he's certainly not out of it, despite that draw. Another statement. Let's talk about the main attraction here on Saturday night. Speak the Truth. 3 for 3 this campaign. He was so good there on Tuesday. He's all racehorse, this guy. Yeah,
he keeps on getting better. You know, he was awesome on Tuesday. He done it the hard way, and he probably, you know, it's one of those things. As I said last week, he doesn't do it, you know, overly impressive, but he just does and gets the job done.
Is it fair to say that we haven't seen the bottom of him yet? Like, just in the 3 runs this campaign, he's just doing it with so much ease and so much class. So he's nowhere near screwed right down yet, is he?
No, I don't think so. He's still learning what racing's all about, and you know, it was good on Tuesday. He sat outside it, and then he got that chance just to pop him behind and then have to sprint again. So you know, all this racing is just doing him the world of good.
All right, so he's a pleasure to drive. The fact that you can just sort of put him anywhere you want, anytime you want.
Pretty much, yeah. You know, he gets out of the gate good, and he settles, and he comes back to me well, and you know, he's just one of those horses that you get up and you love to drive.
He's got Tim's a Trooper, a proven Group 1 winner. He's a Breeders' Challenge winner. If you can conquer him on Saturday night, does that give you more confidence? Because ultimately you are going to meet Leap to Fame. So will that give you good confidence if you can handle Tim's a Trooper?
Oh, for sure. You know, Leap to Fame's the benchmark. He's probably put his foot out there as the top 3-year-old, you know, in Queensland, if not Australia. So it's going to give us a good line. And Tim's a Trooper trialled real well on Tuesday. So he'll give us a good test, and I just think the draw's the key. That's going to be the key on Saturday.
Okay, well that's a good race coming up there. Speak the Truth, Your Drive. What about race number 7, Catchphrase? She backs up from Wednesday night. Did she have her chance there on Wednesday night?
Yeah, she definitely did. She sat behind the leader and couldn't run past it, but it was a genuine 2000, and that's probably not her go. So, following the right one on Saturday, she can probably run second again.
All right, the Darling does look the obvious, so you're drawn to get that perfect trail again, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. It's racing well, and she'll look like the winner at some stage, but I doubt we'll be able to get past it.
Okay. Race 9, the trot on Saturday night, Van Sank. He's had a bit of a freshen up, but he trialled recently. If the real Van Sank turns up and he brings his A game, he's good enough to put this field away.
Oh, for sure. I was disappointed I missed his last start. He won on Saturday night, and he come back. He trialled real well, and as you say, if the right one comes, he's probably got the measure of this field.
Okay, 10-metre handicap, no issue.
No, his step's good, and his genuine manners are good early. So it's just that last 400 where you just hold your breath. That's
the key with him, isn't it? That change-up speed. That separates him from a lot of other trotters here, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. He's that fast. It's just, any time he's off the fence, for some reason he really struggles, and we can't put it down to, we can't put our finger on it really. So it's just all in his brain really.
Okay, the last race is a 2-year-old, and you're driving the first starter here. Hold On to Your Bling. He's a gelded son of Bling It On. He trialled here recently. Is this your first time sitting behind this guy?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance. Educations or trials, so this will be my first time. But the camp's happy with him, and they're pretty confident. All
right. Well, it's always hard to line up. You look at his time compared to some of the others, but it's like comparing apples and oranges at times when you're looking at the time. So, what can we expect here on Saturday night? A forward showing?
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure they think, he's decent enough to handle a field like this. It's just one of those things, whether he comes here on a Saturday night, he's here all night and under lights for the first time. It's just one of those things, who handles it the best. And with ability-wise, I'm pretty sure he's up to this field.
Okay, some good points raised there. It's a good book of drives for you on Saturday night. Speak the Truth looks the obvious one. I'm sure you're really looking forward to him. What else stands out for you at this stage?
Speak the Truth, obviously I'm really looking forward to him stepping up and racing Tim's a Trooper, so looking forward to that. And, as I say, I always like driving Another Statement. He's one of my old favourites. All
right. Well, really appreciate the time. Looking forward to seeing you in action on the weekend. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks, Chris.
Pete McMullen now joins us to go through his big book of drives for Saturday night, and he joins us now. Pete, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Race 1 on Saturday night. You had the choice of 2, Lombo Heaven and Saucy Dreams. Lombo Heaven chasing a hat-trick. Saucy Dreams really good, fresh up last week when 3rd. Was it an easy choice between the 2?
In some ways it was. Lombo Heaven, obviously, his form's really good and has been winning these sort of class of races. So, he's sort of, to me, he's in the zone. Hopefully we can keep that sort of rolling on. Whereas Saucy Dreams is probably a bit of a drop-in class, but she sort of had a bit of a hiccup there, and she was okay last week, first up, but she still hasn't sort of won for a little bit of time, even though it was only a few starts ago.
Okay. Now with Lombo Heaven, is there a good chance that he can roll forward and maybe even find the front again here?
It's possible, but there is a bit more speed in the race this week. You've got Paravani 1. That could sort of spice things up a little bit. So we are back to the mile though. So last week was over the trip, so we had to sort of be a little bit conservative. But this week, back to the mile, we can probably sort of have a good go at it.
How pleasing was that last week, running out 2,138 metres in the manner in which he did?
Yeah, no, his horse has just got better over time. He, originally he was, he was a bit soft, and he could only go a mile, and he had to space him a little bit. And now he's sort of going week to week, and he can sort of run the trip out, and he gets in for the fight, and he can sort of really, find the line, sort of no matter what sort of trip he's had.
Okay, good chance there. Lombo Heaven in race 1. Race 2, you've picked up the drive on Thursday. Nice trailing draw, 2 off the second row. It's 2,138 metres. Do you give him any sort of hope here?
Yeah, he's a horse that's racing really well, so the draw sort of makes it a bit tricky, but he has been sort of racing really good for a considerable amount of time, so there's no reason why he shouldn't race good again.
All right, race number 5, this is your next drive. Mr. Diamond, he draws the inside of the second row, but there's every chance that the 1 can lead here, Misdemeanor. If that mare does hold up, it really brings you into the race. How do you see it?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit unfortunate to sort of have a really good draw, when he hasn't raced a little bit of time. So it sort of gets a bit tricky. It's been a little while since he has raced, and his last start, albeit it was at Marburg, he wasn't all that great, and before that was a little bit of time. So, he's probably going to be a little bit short on fitness, but it does look like he's going to get a good trip.
Would you prefer him at the mile?
Yeah, probably. But anyway, we'll just have to wait and sort of see how he goes.
All right, so you just got to drive for luck by the sound of it.
Yeah.
All right. Race number 7, this race for the mares, and you're driving Heavenly Wisdom. She's drawn the outside of the second row. Do you give her any sort of hope?
Yeah, it's been tough from the draw, and she hasn't had a lot of racing late either, so I think she'll benefit from the run as well.
Okay, the Darling looks hard to beat there off the inside.
Yeah, definitely. She was absolutely monstrous last week, and really raced some good horses and was right there from the start to the finish.
All right. Speaking of mares that have returned in super form, Better Than Diamonds, race 8, horse 1. This race looks tailor-made for her.
Yeah, it does. She comes up with a good gait. She's got to sort of race the boys this week, so a little bit harder, but she certainly has come back really well. So we sort of can't fault her, and the draw looks good. Everything looks good to go.
2,138 metres.
Yeah, look, it's not a pet distance, but over the time she's sort of learned how to race a little bit better, and she sort of relaxes. And if we're in front, she should relax really well and hopefully be too strong.
All right, she does look hard to beat there, Better Than Diamonds. And then in the last race, you've picked up a key drive here, Emperor's Byline. She's only had the 2 starts, a last start winner. She beat Foxy 5. Foxy 5 came out and won earlier in the week. She looks like she can go back to back.
Yeah, obviously, still pretty early in our 2-year-old season, so it's hard to line up any form. But this one's already been around, already a winner, so it's got a jump on a lot of the others. So fingers crossed we can sort of get a really good trip and hopefully be forward, and looks a very good chance.
All right, well, 2 of these are facing the starter for the first time. You've got race experience. Under lights, the 2-year-olds, it'll be different. She's raced under the lights at Redcliffe, so that's another thing in her favour as well. All right. Well, Pete, what is the pick of your drives there on Saturday night? Is it Better Than Diamonds in race 8?
Yeah, I think you probably got to go Better Than Diamonds. She's probably the best chance of the night. The barrier draw, obviously, a big help, and she's in form, so fingers crossed for her.
All right, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries, thank you.
A big thanks to both Adam and Pete giving up their time and insights ahead of Saturday night's program. Time now for the good gamble on the weekend. 10 race card. I think we can go nice and early, but go with value. Race 2, number 7, Kiang Marvin each way. Yes, he's got the wide draw. Numerically, the form doesn't read all that well, but over this distance range, I think he'll be passing more than most in the home straight. So each way, race 2, number 7, Kiang Marvin. That's our gamble this weekend. We'll see you trackside. Don't forget, if you are having a play this weekend, please do so responsibly. We'll see you trackside.